The Arunachal Pradesh Freedom of Religion Act 1978 is a legislation enacted by the Legislative Assembly of Arunachal Pradesh to regulate religious conversions and prevent forced, fraudulent, or inducement-based conversions in the region. The act received the assent of the President of India on October 25, 1978, and was subsequently published in the Arunachal Pradesh Gazette on November 13, 1978. The Act aims to protect indigenous religious practices while ensuring that individuals are not coerced into changing their faith. This article provides a detailed breakdown of the provisions and implications of the Act. The Act applies to the entire Union Territory of Arunachal Pradesh, came into force immediately upon notification, and covers all instances of religious conversion within the state. The Act defines several crucial terms to clarify its intent and scope. Government refers to the government of the Union Territory of Arunachal Pradesh. Conversion means renouncing one religious faith and adopting another. Indigenous faith encompasses religions, beliefs, and practices traditionally followed by the indigenous communities of Arunachal Pradesh, including Buddhism, Vaishnavism, and nature worship. Force includes any show of force, threat of injury, divine displeasure, or social excommunication used to influence religious conversion. Fraud covers misrepresentation or any other fraudulent means used to induce conversion. Inducement includes offering gifts, monetary benefits, or any form of material or immaterial gratification to persuade someone to convert. Religious faith includes any indigenous faith or religious practice. The Act explicitly prohibits certain forms of religious conversion. No person is allowed to convert another through force, inducement, or fraud. No person can abet in such prohibited conversions. Violations can lead to criminal liability, including imprisonment and fines. The Act enforces strict penalties for those found guilty of violating its provisions. Imprisonment for up to 2 years and/or a fine of up to $10,000 for anyone engaging in forced or fraudulent conversion. If a religious priest or any other person conducts a conversion ceremony, they must inform the Deputy Commissioner of the district within a prescribed period. Failure to notify the authorities may result in imprisonment of up to 1 year or a fine of up to Rs 1,000 or both. Offenses under this Act are cognizable, meaning police can investigate and take action without prior approval. Only police officers of the rank of inspector or higher can investigate cases under this Act. Prosecutions can only be initiated with the approval of the Deputy Commissioner or an authorized official of similar rank. The government of Arunachal Pradesh has the authority to frame rules and regulations to implement the Act effectively, specify procedures for reporting conversions, and ensure the Act's provisions align with constitutional rights and protections. The Act was introduced to safeguard the indigenous religious traditions of Arunachal Pradesh from external influences and coercion. Since Arunachal Pradesh is home to many tribal communities with distinct religious identities, the government aimed to prevent unethical religious conversions that could disrupt social harmony. The Act, however, despite its enactment, has never been ratified or implemented in the state till now due to the lack of implementation of rules. In December 2024, Chief Minister Pema Khandu announced that the Act would be implemented once its rules were established. This decision came after the Guwahati High Court directed the state government to finalize the draft rules of the Act within 6 months. Starting from September 2024, Khandu also reassured critics of the Act that the rules being formulated under the High Court's directive do not target any religious community, whether Buddhists, Christians, Hindus, or Muslims. Emphasizing the importance of dialogue, he affirmed the government's commitment to extending greater support to those practicing indigenous faiths. Like other anti-conversion laws in India, this Act has faced criticism from various quarters. Human rights groups argue that it restricts religious freedom and personal choice. Religious organizations claim that it creates unnecessary legal barriers for voluntary conversions. The Arunachal Christian Forum has been resisting the legislation for the past 4.5 decades and has termed its implementation as unconstitutional and against the spirit of Christianity. The ACF is the apex body of Christians in Arunachal Pradesh belonging to different denominations, and it has also announced a series of democratic protests against the government over the Act. Legal experts debate whether it aligns with Article 25 of the Indian Constitution, which guarantees the right to freely practice and propagate religion. The Arunachal Pradesh Freedom of Religion Act, 1978, remains a significant piece of legislation aimed at preserving the religious identity of indigenous communities while preventing coercive religious conversions. However, the law also raises important questions about the balance between religious freedom and state regulation. While proponents argue it is necessary to protect tribal heritage, critics caution against potential misuse and legal overreach. Sources in the government say that cabinet approval will be first obtained for the implementation of rules before they are presented in the State Assembly for further discussion. Please like, subscribe, and share the video.